what's up guys? This is Robin at Disney Noob, and today we're taking a moment to celebrate Black History Month here at Disneyland. This month is about honoring the leaders, artists, innovators, and storytellers who shaped culture, creativity, and imagination, and whose influence continues to inspire the world today. And for me personally, one of the ways culture comes alive is through food. I've always loved the Cajun and Creole flavors, bold, soulful, full of history, so I'm especially excited to visit some of the most vibrant spots in the park, including Tiana's Palace and Lamplight Lounge at Boardwalk Dining. Let's celebrate the stories, the legacy, and yes, the flavors. Let's go. You look pretty excited. Are you excited, sir? Yeah? What are you most excited for today?
Chicken.
Chicken and mac and cheese? Are you gonna steal Daddy's chicken from the Gumbo? Yes, he is. And then, of course, they have milk and chocolate milk here at Tiana's Palace. So for parents, this is cool. Classic. Here you go. Here you go. Watch out. Don't knock over the milk. So we ordered the kids baked mac and cheese. It's just basically mac and cheese in I want to say like a 4x6. It's like a 4x6 container. It's about 70-80% full. It's got a good amount of cheese. It's got some crackling on the bottom. I don't know if that's from the cheese, but you guys can see some of that brown. So anyways, dig in, buddy.
Wait for it.
You want Daddy's mac and cheese? What? Okay. You gonna steal mine? Can I have yours then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's try it. Let's try the kids' mac and cheese. Ooh. Definitely very hot. See, it's steaming for sure. It's got a lot of cheese on there. I love it. Looks like white cheddar, maybe Gruyere. Hopefully it's Gruyere. Oh, wow, it's delicious. It's a little bit on the soft side. I wish the noodles were a little bit more al dente. Okay, my son wants my mac and cheese. It looks like it's the same. Same container, same noodles. Doesn't look that different, actually. Yeah, first up is the French quartered fried chicken bowl for $17. One of the two foods here for Black History Month is here at Tiana's Palace, the French quartered fried chicken bowl, and it does come with mac and cheese. That's what my son hijacked for me, is the mac and cheese in that bowl. So that bowl comes with a little bit of everything. It's got some mac and cheese, it's got a fried chicken in there, it's got some collard greens. It looks like it's a mix of, does it have rice? So it doesn't have rice, but it does have the collard greens, so it's like a presentation is the same size. It's the same container as the large size black containers here at Tiana's Palace. I love it, sturdy. It's easy, and you can get a cover too. So when you mobile order here on the side, the kiosk, everything's good to go, and it gives you a nice big bag too. So I love that you can take this takeout, and you can take it wherever you want. So let's try it now with the collard greens. Very flavorful. Oh my God. I love it. Yeah, so that mac and cheese is the same mac and cheese as the kids' mac and cheese. And they put a piece of chicken on top, perfectly fried, not dark and brown, but perfectly golden orange. And it's got a nice side of collard greens on the right side. It's a perfect fixin'. I think it's very delicious. Mac and cheese is perfect. The chicken is perfect. And of course, you have a little bit of collard greens, some vegetables to go with that hearty, heavy food. Solid A. I just want to mention the chicken. It's supposed to be a spicy honey glaze. You can't really tell from just the appearance, but it's definitely got a kick. Got some spice. I would say it's like a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's not that sweet. I'm not sure how much honey is in that glaze, but definitely it's got some spice to it. This is good. I wish the chicken was a little bit bigger. I think from the photos, my wife was mentioning it's like 2 pieces in the photos, and it looks a lot more glossy, a lot more saucy, but in real life, it's a lot less saucy. It doesn't look saucy at all, in fact. And it's only one kind of large piece, almost like a cutlet piece, kind of a thin chicken. Still, I'll give it an A though. It's still delicious. One of the better foods here at the park. All right, next up is gonna be the 7 Greens Gumbo with chicken and andouille sausage for $21.48. I feel like it went up a little bit the last time I had it, but it looks the same. Obviously it's a gumbo, so rice is gonna be the base, unlike the chicken bowl, which was the mac and cheese was the base. Oh man, the sausage looks amazing. Yeah, definitely Tiana's Palace is one of my favorite restaurants. They have one of the better foods here at the restaurant. If you want to sit down and have a delicious meal, not like super quick service, this is like almost a home cooked meal. You're eating it here at the park. How cool is that? Taste the pieces of okra, piece of yam. It's like a good balance of everything. Not overly salty, not too spicy. Just kind of fives, mid all around. Perfect for anybody, you know, really. If you've never had Cajun Creole food, this is a great introduction. If you're already very familiar with it, this is gonna hit the mark. This is a legit New Orleans inspired food here. So, pretty dope. Solid A. Last but not least is gonna be the cornbread. You know, my wife had to add the cornbread for an extra $3.99. We've never actually ordered the cornbread, but it does come in this beautiful purple container. I love it. I love the color. Let's see if this is like the really soft kind of cornbread or like the grainy kind of OG one. I kind of like the grainy OG one. It's a little bit drier, but I know the newer cornbread's a lot more softer, you know, more refined. Let's see which one this is. The description just says buttermilk cornbread, so basically that's what it is. I don't see like chunks of corn in there. You know, I often kind of like to see the pieces of corn. Kind of gives it a little bit more rustic look. I like that, but let's give this a try. Yep, just as I suspected. Definitely on the buttery cornbread style. It's not the dry big pieces. It's more like the creamy buttery cornbread. This is not my kind of style, so I'm gonna give it a solid B+. If you like a more buttery cornbread, this is right up your alley. I'll still say it's a little bit on the dry side. It's not super moist given the fact that it is a buttery one, but it's all right. I'm gonna give this a solid B+. Yeah, the size is good. I like that it's a big cornbread. You know, definitely it's shareable. I don't think I would eat this by myself. I'll probably feel guilty, so I'll probably eat half and have someone else eat the other half. So you wanna try the cornbread? Let me know what you think. Is it an A or a B?
B.
It's a B? You don't like it that much? Or is it a C? It's a B? Okay, all right. That's his first cornbread ever, so yeah, it's a B. He agrees with me. Yeah, I just wish the cornbread had a little bit more complexity. I feel like I wish it had a little bit more corn. If it had like actual pieces of corn, it kind of elevate a little bit more. But I do love the presentation. I love the metal tins. It's large enough. I think for $4, this is pretty fair.
Nom nom.
You love the cornbread?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He likes the butter. That's what it is. Oh, they got Leah Chase in here now. All right, so if you guys have ever eaten in New Orleans, they have the famous Dooky Chase. She is just famous for her Cajun style cooking. Her Seven Greens Gumbo is really the one that's kind of inspired the Seven Greens Gumbo here at the park. This is really authentic Cajun cooking. That's awesome. I love that boil. That is awesome. That is awesome here. That's cool. So yeah, there's Dooky Chase. If you guys ever in the New Orleans area, that is an iconic spot there. So around the park, they have special people they're honoring, and they're scattered around Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Tomorrowland, and also at DCA. We're gonna check out Buena Vista Street and Hollywoodland. So we're gonna check out each of these kind of special people that they're honoring for Black History Month. All right, so we already found Leah Chase here at Tiana's Palace, and we're now gonna look for Mr. Ron Husband. Wow, look at all the Mardi Gras beads all over. It's all dressed up here for Mardi Gras, as you guys know. Really beautiful. Yeah, I love how decorated it is. I mean, everything, even the tree is decked out with beads, Mardi Gras beads. So definitely feels like New Orleans here. Man, we are doing laps trying to find Mr. Ron Husband. Found Leah Chase though, right? She inspired basically all the food here at Tiana's Palace. One of the godmothers of Cajun cooking. Owner and founder of Dooky Chase in New Orleans. Yeah, Mr. Ron Husband. You know, we're having a hard time finding Mr. Ron Husband. He is the first black animator supervisor. He helped make Lion King and also Fantasia 2000. So he was part of that kind of group of animators and creators, and like I said, he was the first black African-American supervisor, and that's historical, you know. And it really wasn't until recently that Disneyland has incorporated more black merch or black movies. It wasn't really until Tiana's, you know, what was that, The Princess and the Frog in 2009. Okay, we finally found the display for Ron Husband in New Orleans Square. It's tucked behind Illustrator in front of Blue Bayou. Let's go check it out. Yes, sir. We are going to the Pirate's Lair. All right, guys, we're heading over to Tom Sawyer Island because my son Steve has got to burn off some energy. He is so hyped right now. Yeah, it's basically a giant playground. So if you've never been to Tom Sawyer Island, if you're an annual pass holder, or if you're just here with your family and you just want a quiet place to relax and run around, Tom Sawyer Island is your ticket. You just got to take a little raft here. It's a nice little ride. They don't allow any strollers though, so. Yep, and my son C loves to look at the ducks. There's a lot of Disney ducks here. Of course, for Black History Month, I can't forget to mention Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Tiana's Bayou Adventure officially opened at Disneyland Park back in 2024, replacing the Splash Mountain. That's the ride I grew up as a kid. I love that ride. This one is even better. So this is awesome, but you might get wet. Super soaking wet though. Now we're gonna head over to Frontierland to check out another display, and this one is for the historic Dom Flemons. And there's one here at Tomorrowland that we have to check out, the first African American in space. There's also 3 displays all around Main Street, so let's go find them. Oh my gosh, this is the one for Martha Blanding. So Martha Blanding is the first black cast member here. She's the first permanent black tour guide, you know, worked her way up. You know, back in those days, I can't imagine that, you know, when she first got her job here, she was working at upper management, you know, definitely not. She started at the bottom, and, you know, she really worked her way up the ladder. She became a tour guide. She hosted VIPs into Disneyland. This is in a time where right after the civil rights movement, you know, this is a very kind of sensitive time still. You know, I think a lot of the laws were just changing. Companies are just starting to hire colored people, having blacks, Asians, Hispanics. I just kind of get all tearful. And thinking of Martha Blanding, the struggle that she must have went through, the environment that she had to work in, the country at the time was so different from now. Like even for me as an Asian American, I just cannot imagine the struggles, the adversities that she's faced. So Martha Blanding is a hero. She's an icon, definitely a saint of her time. Yeah, I think it's really cool that Disneyland is honoring these famous icons. You know, these are really historical saints, you know, saints of their times. You know, racism is still going on today in this world. We can only battle that with love and with education. So I hope you guys are learning a lot. It's important to learn history so we don't repeat the same mistakes. And of course, you got Frederick Douglass here at the front here in front of Tiana and the theater. If you don't know Frederick Douglass, then you really need to know your history. Yeah, Frederick Douglass is a social reformer, abolitionist, an orator, a writer, a statesman. He's a saint of his time. Really just love for humanity, stepping up for black people. Check out his book, check out his struggle, his story. You know, being born into slavery, but yeah, he becomes a reformer. So he's a revolutionary of his time, you know, trying to free slaves, trying to end the idea of slavery and fight for emancipation and civil rights and freedom for everyone. That's really cool. Oh, this is dope. This is Mr. Scott Joplin. He's known as the king of ragtime. He is a musician from the 1800s, 1868 to 1917. He is just an OG of ragtime. His most popular song was the Maple Leaf Rag. All right, guys, we just got to the DC side of the park. Yeah, thank you guys for saying hi. I know some of you guys are saying hi today, recognizing me in the park. I appreciate all of you guys giving me some love and support. All right, so let's go look for Mr. Floyd Norman. All right, I think I found Mr. Floyd Norman. So Floyd Norman was Disney's first black animator and story artist. Yeah, he actually was part of a lot of big films: Sleeping Beauty, The Sword and the Stone, Robin Hood, and The Jungle Book. Later, he was also included for Toy Story 2 and Monsters, Inc., and of course, my wife's favorite, Mulan. That's really cool. Floyd Norman, the first black animator and story artist. That's awesome. And he's still alive today. It's beautiful. Yeah, he's a trailblazer and a saint of his time. Really, really cool. Look at some of the artwork he has. Wow. He's got Quasimodo up there. I'll just read this below here. It says, Floyd Norman has led an illustrious career with an unflinching honesty, which has truly made him a Disney legend. As Disney's first black animation and story artist, Floyd worked on such classics as Sleeping Beauty, The Sword and the Stone, The Jungle Book. Wow. All right, so we're gonna head over to the off the page area. Seems like a lot of the other icons are here in Hollywoodland. And a lot of these icons are folks who work kind of in the movie and the animation kind of production part. We have Lanny Smoot, who was a research fellow. So we're honoring him. We're also honoring Marlon West, who was a visual effects supervisor. Also Olan Riley, who was a lighting supervisor. So all the lighting that needs to work, you know, doing these YouTube videos, definitely I learned how important lighting is. So this is Marlon West. Was the visual effects supervisor, and he's still alive today. And he worked on movies like The Lion King, Pocahontas, The Princess and the Frog, and Moana, just to name a few. He's also the supervisor for Zootopia 2 and the visual effects supervisor for Iwaju. Served as the co-head of effects animation for the Oscar-winning film Frozen and Encanto, as well as Frozen 2 and Moana. So this guy has a pretty good resume. Mr. Marlon West contributed his talents and hard work to a lot of Disney movies. Here we have Austin Traylor. Austin's an animator. He joined Walt Disney Animation Studios apprentice program, and he is actually known for his first work, which was on the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And from here, his work just continued, and he works on projects including Moana 2 and Once Upon a Studio. Wow, he's a local. He looks like he graduated from Laguna College of Art Design, and he started his way here from the apprentice program over at Walt Disney Animation Studios. This is Mr. Olan Riley. He's the lighting supervisor, and he's still alive today, 1969 to present. He joined Disney as the lead of lighting for Meet the Robinsons and the movie The Bolt. Oh, my sons love that movie, man, with the dog, Bolt the dog. And he also credits from Frozen, Moana, and Encanto. And he was also the lighting supervisor for Big Hero 6, Strange World, and Zootopia 2. I feel like the displays on this side of the park are a little bit meh compared to DL. They're just kind of like a little cardboard. It's kind of tucked away. It's kind of easy to miss because there's a lot of strollers here in this area. And it's right in front of Off the Page. This is the stroller parking for Animation Theater. Hey, we found Lanny Smoot. All right, guys, so Lanny Smoot is the research fellow. He's in charge of Disney research. Research is super important for development. So Mr. Smoot has 106 patents to his name, has made an indelible mark through Disney experiences, and he is in the induction of the National Inventors of the Hall of Fame. And he's the second Disney cast member to achieve this honor. The first was Walt Disney himself. That's pretty dope. So he's up there with Mr. Walt Disney, Lanny Smoot, Hall of Famer. Awesome. That's really cool. Wow, it's a very talented gentleman here. Mr. Lanny Smoot. Walt Disney Imagineer Research and Development. So he's like the nerd of Disneyland. I love it. I want to be the nerd of Disneyland. Yeah, you can see all the computers, the motherboards, all the electronics that go inside, the animatronics. You know, a lot of these rides and stuff, they're all electrical. So a lot of electronics, a lot of motherboards and circuits and wires. It's not just all art. There's a lot of science involved. It's a marriage of art and science. And that's how Disney magic comes alive here at the parks. Wow, look at that camera. Oh, that camera is so old. Oh my gosh. I remember the first VCR camera my family had. It was ginormous. It was so big. You guys see the camera? Right there. That's the camera. Wow, that is a tiny camera. And don't forget to pick up the card with more information about the Celebrate Soulfully honoring Black History Month. Here it is. Can I take one of these? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take a couple. Wow, it's beautiful. So if you pick up one of these cards, it does have a QR code here on the top left. And it basically walks you through where everything is. Basically tells you where all of the icons are on both parks. Tells you a little bit of history, gives you some information about Black History Month, and it's all put together by Celebrate Soulfully. So this is really cool. I think that's really nice that they did this. I'm surprised it's not marketed as much. Even having the live performance here at Downtown Disney for these last 2 weekends, that's really, really dope. So you don't even need to have a ticket to enjoy Black History Month here at Downtown Disney. We're gonna head over to Hollywood Lounge and look for the Wakanda poster. Of course, what better way to celebrate Black History Month than with Black Panther himself. Oh wow, there's a huge line. Looks like it's a pretty large group. I'll just show you guys the poster real quick. All right, it looks like there's like a large party, maybe a group here, a special group here, waiting in line in front of the Wakanda poster. But that poster is really cool. It's definitely very unique. I love that they have a child there in the front. Really, really, it's very emotional. It's really emotional. The symbolism behind that, the art, the emotion behind that art piece. Really, really beautiful. All right, that was really cool. We had a lot of cool stuff here at Hollywood Lounge. And now we're gonna check out the Black History Month special food item here at Lamplight Lounge. The New Orleans BBQ Shrimp over at Lamplight Lounge. My wife and son are headed over there right now with reservations, so let's go eat. Yeah, it's really cool. I think on this side of the park, most of the icons and influencers are here on Hollywood Lounge. There was one here on Buena Vista Street. Everything else is right here in front of Off the Page. That's where you can pick up also the cards. Yeah, definitely not as nice. The displays are not as nice as the ones in Disneyland, but it's still very cool that they're honoring African Americans. I love that Wakandan poster. That is so cool at Hollywood Lounge. There's a big group of kids there. I don't know if they're gonna take a group photo in front of it, but I didn't want to bother them. So we're gonna head over to Lamplight Lounge and we're gonna go through Avengers Campus just in case we can catch Mr. Black Panther himself. Oh, I think it's General Okoye. Oh, this is awesome, perfect timing.
Good enunciation over there. I heard you. Now, let us add more movement this time. Sanji Nasara. Sanji Nasara. Okay, rhythm and soul in this atmosphere. Now we put it all together. With me. Nijaru Mine. Sanji. I said with me. Let's go. Nijaru Mine. Sanji Nasara. Nijaru Mine. Sanji Nasara. Excellent work, recruits. Now, would you all like to take it one step further? Would you like to see a Dora Milaje training sequence? Yeah. Pay attention. Jab, strike, crouch, lock. You see those small moves? Grab with me, together, let's go. Jab, strike, crouch, lock. Now, recruits, did you all do your yoga stretches this morning, eh? If not, that is okay. This is not a real battle. This is for training purposes only. I want you all to stand up nice and tall. Imagine yourself holding a spear made of vibranium. Now, if you did not get the chance to step forward before, this is your opportunity to come up to the gray area so that we may all train together as one tribe. Come forward.
So Lamplight Lounge, there's actually two restaurants. There's the lounge on the lower floor, and there's gonna be the Boardwalk Dining, which is more casual dining upstairs. You can make reservations, but you need to be in proximity. So you can't make reservations long before, you need to be in range. A couple hundred yards, I would say if you're by the waterfalls, that's close enough for you to make reservations. So my friends all told me this is the best alcoholic drink ever made by Disneyland, so I've gotta try that. I'm not an alcohol guy, but my wife wants me to try it, so today might be the day. It's gonna go well with the barbecue shrimp, for sure. For the record, this Honeydew Colada is an A+. This is just definitely delicious. Definitely one of the better drinks here at the park. I usually don't have alcoholic drinks here, but this is definitely delicious. It's gotta be the Dole Whip. Yeah, very refreshing, not overly sweet. In the honeydew, you can taste it, but it's not super sweet. I would say it's like a 5 out of 10. Definitely can taste the alcohol, definitely taste the rum, and of course the pineapple ice cream. Yeah, the Dole Whip, that's perfect. It's a Dole Whip alcoholic float, basically. All right, guys, we just got seated here at Lamplight Lounge, the boardwalk. The boardwalk area is the upstairs area. It's much easier to get into the boardwalk area. Just gotta be in proximity and use your phone, use the app, and make reservations as soon as you can. So yeah, we got in. We're gonna order the special for the Black History Month, the New Orleans BBQ Shrimp, and of course we gotta order the classic lobster nachos. That's probably the most iconic food here at Lamplight Lounge, and of course $23.19, my favorite drink of Disneyland parks. Yeah, you got a great view here at the boardwalk because you have the roller coaster here in the background. You have the Ferris wheel, the Pixar Pier, really beautiful. Great place to eat, great place to hang out with your family and your loved ones. All right, guys, Steve's gonna try the $23.19 for the first time. He loves strawberries, so hopefully he'll like it. Yeah, it's a thumbs up. Oh, this is my favorite drink, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna start off with what we're here for, the Black History Month iconic food. This is the Cajun-inspired New Orleans barbecue shrimp. Wow. The peppers. Looks like some grits on the bottom. It looks amazing. It's got 4 giant pieces of shrimp, some arugula. I love the garnish. It looks really dope. Presentation at Lamplight Lounge is just classy. Very, very classy. Very warm. It looks very good. A little bit different from what I expected. It is deep fried. It's got some nice big batters on there. 4 giant pieces of shrimp. This is a solid, good grade, high grade shrimp. Let's take a first bite. Wow, it's crunchy, fluffy. The batter is very light. It's like a tempura batter. I love it. Not heavy at all, not salty at all, salted perfectly. Try with a little bit of the grits. Texture is perfect. A little bit grainy, but smooth. It's got some of that sauce on there, that New Orleans sauce, the barbecue sauce. Wow. This is it. This is an A. This is definitely an A. This might be the best meal here at DCA. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Very buttery, creamy. I mean, this is shrimp and grits, perfectly made here. I love arugula. Gives it a little bit of acidity, some brightness. Got some pickled onions and some peppers. Really kind of brings some complexity to the dish. Brings some spice, some acidity, some saltiness. This is delicious. I'm gonna eat it all together. This is definitely a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna put this up there with the Kubla curry. That was the winner of last year's overall best food. This might be the best food here at the park right now. Definitely the best one on the DCA side. This is gonna compete with the Kubla curry. I mean, this shrimp is cooked to perfection. Very soft, juicy, not overly cooked. Good high quality sized shrimps. It's not a lot. I mean, my only knock on this is I wish it was a bigger portion. I think for the amount of money you're paying, I want a little bit more grits. You don't have to put more shrimp, but more grits. I think that can kind of make the dish a little bit better, get a little bit better value out of it. But taste-wise, it's solid A. All right, next up is gonna be the iconic lobster nachos. Oh man, they changed the lobster. It used to be chunks of lobster. Now it's like ground, like broken down lobster. I really don't like that. I wish they would just leave the lobster whole. Definitely the quality, like I mentioned earlier, has just gone down. But still one of the best kind of shareable meals here at Lamplight Lounge. This might be the most popular item here, just because it's big and it's kind of bougie. It's got lobster in it. You're eating lobster at a park. That's pretty cool, you know? And it tastes pretty good. So this is a solid A also. Oh, this one right here, guys, we ordered without any serrano peppers, just because our son is with us. But you can get this with a little bit of heat if you wanted to. Let's see if it tastes the same. Yeah, it's still delicious. Still got some heat on it. Yeah, even without the serrano peppers, it's got some spice in that salsa, man. Yeah, definitely like a 3 or 4 out of 10. So this sauce that they put on the chips, this orange sauce, is a chipotle aioli sauce. And that sauce is what's gonna bring the heat. Even without the serrano peppers, that heat is baked into the sauce. So it's a solid. But there's some chunks. They left some chunks of lobster, but like the really bigger pieces, like the really big pieces of claws that they used to put in here, they chopped them up now. So I'm not sure why they did that. Kind of lowers the presentation value. Doesn't look as like, that wow factor kind of goes away, you know? Because you wanna get a lobster nacho with like a claw on top, you know? That's really what you wanna see as a guest. So a little bit of a downgrade. I'm gonna give this a B+. You know, I think it used to be an A. I think with the downgrade and the meat, and also the chips, it's a little bit on the dry side. Some of it's a little burnt. So I don't know if they just left it in a little bit too long, but it's a little bit on the burnt side. So I wish it was a little less burnt. And I also wish they would put more cheese. I think it's lacking a lot of cheese. You know, nachos, it's important to have a lot of tortilla chips with cheese and the sauce. That's what really makes it nachos. Without that, it's just tortilla chips, the bunch of stuff on top. So gotta have the cheese kind of marry everything, bring everybody together. It's like the glue. So more cheese and maybe less cooking on the tortilla chips and better lobsters. So solid B. All right, guys, and that's about it for this episode. Thank you for watching. thank you for making it this far to this special episode honoring Black History Month. Definitely the highlight of the day here is at Lamplight Lounge, the New Orleans BBQ Shrimp. That was a home run. That's an A++. That might be the best dish here at the park, both parks in my opinion. That was just delicious. I love the grits. I mean, they call it polenta. It's basically Italian grits is polenta. So I have a cheesy polenta, that's what it says. Now, I thought it was grits. It's delicious. So it's definitely appropriate for Black History Month. I love shrimp. Anything with shrimp and pork belly, you have to get. So I already kind of knew coming into this episode that this was going to be a home run. On the other side of the park, the Tiana's Palace, the French quarter chicken bowl, that was kind of okay. You know, I don't think it was like the best bowl ever. It's not like a home run like this one. I feel like the barbecue shrimp was just spectacular. I'm gonna remember this forever. The French quarter chicken bowl at Tiana's Palace, that one's not as memorable and not the best food. I think it was okay if you want a chicken bowl with mac and cheese. And the mac and cheese over at Tiana's Palace is just really, really good. My sons love the kids' mac and cheese versions. Very, very cheesy, lots of flavor. It's not just your boring mac and cheese, it's a legit mac and cheese. So if you want something a little bit more kind of soul foody, it's a little bit more heavy, you can go with the Tiana's bowl, the chicken bowl. But if you want something a little bit more refined, Lamplight Lounge has the New Orleans BBQ Shrimp. That is just superb. I love the grits, the cheesy polenta, whatever you want to call them. They were perfect. My wife was a little bit confused with the onions. They had some raw red onions, but I thought it was perfect. Brought a little bit of acidity, had some red peppers. It was just a perfect grits mix with the shrimp. The shrimp was cooked to perfection. Kind of a larger size, light batter, very crispy, nice golden brown. So home run on that. I do love that Disneyland is incorporating some of these special foods for Black History Month. I am sad that it's going away soon. So if you are here at the park in the next couple of weeks, definitely grab these special foods. But as far as the entire experience itself, you know, they had a lot of these icons and influencers all around Disneyland Park and the Hollywood Lounge area of DCA. And I want to say, truthfully, I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel like these icons, they didn't really strategically put them in the best spot. It was really hard to find. Yeah, in particular, Ron Husband over at New Orleans Square. You know, my wife and I finally was able to stumble upon kind of that icon, but it was behind the section where the cast members, you know, paint. They have those little paint artworks, and it's just not a tactical location. Basically, it's hidden. So even if you were trying to look for it, like my wife and I did for this episode, you really got to ask cast members to find out where they are. That was just kind of it really left a kind of a bad taste in my mouth. I felt kind of really bad. You know, I feel like if you're gonna honor African American history, do it the right way. You know, really put it in the front. I think put it where, like, you know, Leah Chase was, you know, where the restaurant, and make it visible. Even on the DCA side, Lanny Smoot had a very nice kind of presentation, but the other guys, Austin Traylor, Marlon West, and Olan Riley, a lot of these icons were in front of Off the Page in Hollywoodland, and it was in the section where all the strollers were parked. So even if you wanted to read the poster and read about these influencers, about these Black history icons, it was kind of difficult. It was a challenge. You know, you had to kind of work your way through the strollers and really kind of fight your way in, and just not cool. It kind of left a bad taste again in my mouth. I felt like Disneyland could do a much better job of really honoring African American history. It's a piece of American history, really. It's not just for African Americans. It's for Asian Americans. It's for all Americans. It's a piece of history that honors, you know, love, endurance, strength, and courage. You know, especially in those times after the civil rights movements. I mean, I can't imagine how life was back then. So I'm blessed to do this special episode honoring Black History Month. It was really fun putting this episode together. I really learned so much about African American history here, particularly at Disneyland Park. The developments, the artists, the Imagineers, the cast members. I mean, it's just like Martha Blanding, like that story just broke my heart. I cried so much just reading her story, her biography. So if you get a chance, you know, do a little bit of homework, do a little bit of research, you know, look up some of these icons, man. These guys were pioneers of our time. They were saints of our time. They were humble saints. You know, they worked quietly. They didn't get recognized, I'm sure. If anything, more hatred, right? More opposition, more obstacles. but they continued to churn, they continued to put in the work, and they became, and some of them became, Disneyland legends. So hats off to all of you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please give me a like and subscribe. Give me a comment below. Let me know if you guys like this kind of content. You know, I love, you know, spreading love and honoring different cultures, especially with food. I think food is the best way to bring people together. So hope you guys like this episode, and we'll catch you at the next one. Peace. I do have one big regret for this episode. I didn't get to see Tiana. So I love to see Tiana, man. She's really cool. She's usually hanging out at Tiana's Palace near the restaurant, you know, usually walking around and stuff. But I didn't see her today. And we were there right at open, so maybe it was a little too early for her. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Happy Black History Month, guys. See you next year. To the construction.